You know, in today's daft world, there's always a good story that really makes you smile, because simply when you think about it now, we're all told, aren't we, in the workplace? I don't know if you saw this, that, you know, you're not allowed to have office romances. Yes, well, if you can find anybody that goes into the office, that would be a miracle in the first place. Ever since working from home, less and less people want to be bothered to go into work. I don't know about you, but where I am, you know, certainly the studio that used to be bustling with lots of people is now virtually an empty barren. It's kind of one of those places where you think, where did all the people go? Am I the only one working? But of course they're working from home, which basically means 99% of the time, half watching something on daytime TV, dozing off and quickly doing the bit of work in the hour or so that's needed. But it's productive, you see, it's all productive. If I had a business, would insist on the staff being inside so I could keep a check on them. Not because I don't trust them, but I think unity works together. And if you're all working for the same goal, then hopefully that will be achieved faster. What do you think? However, this particular story caught my eye, and it did kind of make me laugh in a sense, because it just shows to how nuts we all are in the world that we're living in today. You know what I'm saying? What I find strange is this, that according to the Telegraph, apparently law firms have been advised to stop hosting, you know, work get-togethers in pubs and stuff like that, and bars. Now, I don't know about you, but you know, there's two things that spring to mind there. Who can afford to go to a pub really with a group of chums anymore, even if you drink soft drinks like me, with drinks at astronomical prices? You live in fear, don't you, of somebody saying, I'll have another drink, you know. Oh, by the way, I'll have a bag of peanuts. You think, no, thanks, you know, can't afford it. Now, where it gets really funny is this. This is because, of course, you have to include the people that wouldn't go to the pubs. Muslims, right? Now, again, nothing against that. But I've got lots of Muslim chums and they don't care. They're like me, they just drink soft drinks. They're not offended by people having a beer or, you know, a glass of Prosecco or something like that. Where does this lunacy come in? You know, the tick boxing stuff. I think they're as embarrassed as we are because, you know, basically, as I said, most people now, in my opinion, if you're doing anything work socially, they tend to be in a pub, but more or less outside in some kind of beer garden or tables and chairs outside where it's a little bit free, summery. You know, where you don't feel as hemmed in, you know, particularly in this period of the year. So to suggest that, you know, people will feel excluded is just nonsensical. By the way, I also know lots of Muslims that secretly drink, smoke and have bacon. Yes. So, you know, they're not all goody two-shoes, like none of us are in this world. But it's lovely to way that they paint these pictures that we're supposed to condemn ourselves with, that we're not being chummy enough and we're excluding people. What I would say is this: if you are having sort of after drinks works or leaving do's and stuff like that, I think most people would pick a place where they can afford, that's accessible for most people. And more importantly, it's up to the friends, isn't it? If they want to come, they'll come. If they don't, they won't. And really, why do they need to make such an issue of it? And these allegedly are some of the brainiest people in the land. Yes, the legal law firms. If they're this daft, where does that leave the rest of us? I'd love to know what you think to this particular fun story in the comments below. And as ever, please be respectful and like and share. Thank you so much. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.